Hello, and welcome back to the final episode of Nerd Central. Yes, you heard that right. It's with a heavy heart to tell you all that this will be the final episode of Nerd Central. And I'll be honest, we here on the show don't know if we'll be coming back for another season. But maybe sometime down the road, we'll return to be your corner for all things nerdy and entertaining. But moving past that, let's end this series off right with a fantastic episode. We have a ton of movie news to share, some amazing packs, and a special edition of the Nerd Corner this week. Let's not waste any more time and hop right into the news. Kicking us off, we're starting with a movie announcement that no one was expecting. The hit FromSoft game Bloodborne is getting a movie with famous YouTuber Jacksepticeye spearheading the project. So far, all we know about the movie is that it will be rated R and animated by Lyrical Animation. Jack has even gone on record saying he will take this project very seriously, saying, "I will fight tooth and nail to make this thing the best it possibly can be from my standpoint. I assure you, I promise you, I'm not going into this and taking it lightly." The reassurance has people calm and relaxed, as making a movie of this IP had some people on edge. Here's to looking into the future of the movie and hoping it turns out amazing. More in movie news, we talk about another video game getting a movie adaptation. The movie Street Fighter has released its official trailer recently, and there are a ton of cool visuals in it. From amazing lighting to fun and creative shots, the characters of the game are on full display for the viewers. It also looks like we'll be getting a deeper dive into the history of Ryu and Ken, as well as seeing the two both work together and also combat against each other. The movie drops this year on October 16th, so check it out when the film releases. And finally for news, we wrap up with some details shared on social media about the new Avengers Doomsday movie. From the most recent CinemaCon, fans were allowed by Disney to take videos and photos of the event when there were moments of the panel talking, so nothing of the official trailer has been shown. However, details regarding the trailer was shared across social media. One of the bigger details that sources reported on was the fact that Thor and Doctor Doom square off, with Doom having the upper hand, before Steve Rogers steps in to aid the God of Thunder. From other details shared, it seems this movie is gearing up to be an absolute classic Avengers film, with many heroes going against one big bad all over again. Fun fact, by the way, the movie is still releasing this year on December 18th. So here's to hoping that we can get that official trailer shown worldwide soon, instead of it being only at CinemaCon. I can't believe I'm saying this, but that wraps it up for the final news segment for this show. If you enjoyed it, let us know down below what's got you the most excited. But in the meantime, we'll be taking a short break and we'll be right back with some more fun content. Stick around.
Welcome to KZLX-LP Maryville, an independent student-run station on the campus of Northwest Missouri State University. We play non-stop top 40 hits and offer a variety of different specialty shows. So tune in to KZLX 106.7.
Local music, local artists. Learn about them and the stories behind their music with On the Record, Mondays at noon on KNWT.
Welcome back to my Nerd Notes, everybody. Here I get on my little soapbox to talk about nerdy things I love or something I'm deeply interested in. Last week, we talked about the hit spoof movie Spaceballs, but today, we're going to take a trip down memory lane and look back at the history of Nerd Central. So let's dive right into it.
This week, we take a look at the highest grossing films of the summer, some exciting Doctor Who, and much more. Nerd Central starts right now.
Starting 8 years ago on September 16th of 2017, the show started out, well, just like ours. It had news, packs, and even had a fun little segment to end their show. They had their own version of Nerd Corner titled Nerd Showdown. In this, they would have two people go against each other to make their points to the audience on what was objectively better. You had arguments like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man versus Tom Holland's Spider-Man, the TV show Archer versus the TV show Chuck, the movie Batman vs. Superman versus the movie Suicide Squad, and so many more. For the first season, the show had some fun moments and some interesting packs, and I personally believe that this was a great season for the show. Not to sound biased, of course, but where did our current show get most of its flair and ideas? Going back nearly 4 years, Nerd Central had a more wacky and fast-paced appearance, with a combination of amazing and unique packs. You had packs like Get the Clip, where creator Joe Jinks takes a deep dive into special effects used in movies and does his best to recreate them. Jukebox Meme Machine, where creator Tyrell Childress breaks down popular songs that became memes. Anime Stitch, where creator Olivia Williams would deep dive into one anime a week and point out its differences between the anime and its manga counterpart, as well as discuss the plot and importance of the show. Throughout this version of Nerd Central, the structure and content stayed relatively the same throughout, and had their own game show variant called What's the Nerd? For quick context, it was structured similarly to how Nerd Corner was, where a guest was brought on and talked about how much of a nerd they are. Before the show came back last year, the current producer went back and reviewed the previous iterations of Nerd Central and brought the show back to make it brand new. Speaking of, last year on Valentine's Day, the show Nerd Central returned with a new host, a new background, and much more content. This version of the show was meant to be a starting base for future ideas, as well as be an equal to the then gaming show Gen 2. Fun fact, by the way, some people you see from these old episodes might be familiar to you viewers, mainly because they were on this season's Nerd Corner segment. But overall, the show Nerd Central itself isn't just a show with great content and being just some ordinary show. It was meant to be a loving and entertaining addition to KNWT. With its revival last year and continuation into this year, the show has become a home base for fans of all things nerdy and entertaining. Heck, even I had some fun with this show as I threw my hat in the ring. There was Now Screaming, as well as my book pack, and funny moments between me and some guests for our Nerd Corner. But overall, this show has come a long way from 2017 to now in 2026. Almost 10 years of content and tons of new hosts and crew members added into the family of this show. There's just one thing that wouldn't make Nerd Central what it is today, and it's you guys, the fans. Thank you for watching our content through the years and being supporters of not just us, but KNWT as well. And to not get too sappy and sad, I'll end it there for Nerd Notes. If I were to continue, then I'd be in tears and crying all over the studio. But for now, this brings this final segment of Nerd Notes to a close. It has been a ton of fun being here with you all, and thank you for letting me talk about what I love for this show. Let's hop back into the show for more content geared up for you all.
Hey everyone, my name is Josh Oswald, and welcome to the series finale of Mole Movies, where every week I watch a movie that's somewhat underappreciated, underground, or straight up forgotten about, and then I give you my thoughts on them and what I like so much about them. Don't worry, I won't be pulling any 1923 Serbian silent. Wait a second, this week we actually kind of are. The final film review for this series is the Swedish black and white film The Seventh Seal, directed by Ingmar Bergman and released in the US on October 13th, 1958. A disillusioned Swedish knight, Antonius Block, is making his way home after a decade-long crusade with his squire. He comes back to his homeland to find the nation torn apart by the bubonic plague, and all this travesty surrounding him from the decade of war to now this wave of mass death has made him question his faith and what the ultimate purpose of life is, especially in a world built by God but stuck in the grip of illness, religious conflict, and death. Antonius encounters the literal incarnation of death on the shore he wakes up on, and instead of letting himself be taken, he challenges death to a chess match. If he wins, he gets to stick around long enough to see his family and hopefully find the answers to the doubt and existential dread plaguing his mind. However, if he loses, death can take him that second. Death accepts his offer, and they will play their game throughout Antonius' journey back home. Once the journey starts, Antonius and his squire Jans encounter many people from all walks of profession, personality, faith, and perspective. From a family circus of acrobats and actors, to a church painter, to a smith and his freewheeling wife, and many others. Antonius unfortunately doesn't get many answers to his questions from these encounters, but that's not necessarily why the director made this movie. Antonius is the protagonist of this film, but that doesn't necessarily mean he gets the answers he wants. The director uses these questions as a foundation for how to build his characters and to establish the tone and setting of the film, but that's about it. It's continually poked at throughout the film that from a religious standpoint, you're never going to get the irrefutable proof of a higher being no matter how hard you search. And the film doesn't try to prove or disprove that, but it does make the suggestion that you may not find solid concrete meaning in your life, your death, or your faith, but you can find meaning in the relationships you form, the kindness or mercy you show to others, and rather than resist and try to decipher that which is incomprehensible but inevitable, you find acceptance and fulfillment in the moments you can understand. There's no greater example of this in the film than when Antonius takes time to just sit and enjoy some lunch with his friends, instead of pondering his choices and trapped in pensive thought about his journey and its unavoidable end. The peace of the moment is enough to bring Antonius fulfillment, and he doesn't feel the urgency of the answers he's been searching for this whole time. I'm not gonna lie, the film doesn't try to resolve any mental torment for Antonius or any other character in this film. They definitely go through some evolution of thought, but never get clear answers. But the director has gone on to say that he himself is no longer plagued by these questions after making this film. It relieved a weight off of his shoulders, and he was hoping the film could bring some of that relief to the viewers. However, I'm gonna have to leave it there. This film is profound and philosophical, so watch this where you can and form your own opinion. I would give The Seventh Seal a 9 out of 10, and I highly recommend this to anyone who enjoyed films like Good Will Hunting, Prisoners, and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Thanks for watching and supporting Mole Movies, and I'll see you guys around.
If you've been paying attention to the anime scene for the past 3 years, you've probably heard of a fantasy show called Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Originally released as a manga in 2020, written by Kanehito Yamada and illustrated by Tsukasa Abe, Frieren has taken the world by storm, and the majority of people have only said good things. In a world of people who love this show, I will be one who agrees. Frieren has everything you could ever want. From a sappy will they won't they, to heart-pumping action scenes, Frieren Beyond Journey's End will go down in history as one of the best anime ever released. The story of Frieren follows an elven mage named Frieren, as she travels around the world, retracing the steps of her previous adventure to reconnect with someone she didn't know she loved until it was too late. Joining her on this adventure is her protege Fern, a wunderkind spellcaster, and Stark, a hard-headed yet gentlemanly fighter. These three travel across the world, fighting dangerous monsters and growing as a party as well as individuals. This anime is technically classified as a slice of life, as it takes a majority of the show fleshing out its protagonists and following their everyday, but outshines other slice of lives as the characters are written with a depth and nuance that makes each person feel three-dimensional and real. The story of Frieren Beyond Journey's End gets a 10 out of 10, as it has never failed to not entertain, as it deals with concepts of hardship and love perfectly. One of the main draws of Frieren is its beautiful animation. Everything from the backdrops to the emotions to those heart-pumping action scenes make this show something truly special. It should come as no surprise that Frieren gets such incredible visuals, as the animation studio behind it, Madhouse, has made classics such as Hunter x Hunter, Death Note, and Season 1 of One Punch Man in the past. These fight scenes bring the audience into the battle, rarely using a static perspective, and instead moving with the action at breakneck pace. The animation of Frieren gets another perfect 10 out of 10, because the show is just so beautiful. Last and certainly not least is the music of Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Composed and produced by Evan Call, the soundtrack of Frieren uses all sorts of medieval instruments such as flutes, choirs, and an orchestra of brass and string instruments alike. The music of Frieren puts the audience in more than just the world. It puts you in the moment, and is the music you've been listening to this entire time. the soundtrack of Freerun Beyond Journey's End gets one final perfect 10 out of 10. Overall, Freerun gets a perfect 10 out of 10, making it the one and only anime thus far deserving the title of Absolute Peak. Thank you for watching.
Great packs again, Josh and Colton. Thank you for all you've given here on Nerd Central. We're going to take another break, and then we'll be right back with some more content. Stay tuned.
Gabe, did you hear the news? New Game Plus is coming back with a season 2.
More like season new.
This season, we're switching things up with a fresh coat of paint.
And a fresh crew of packs.
We've got it all from tech history to the hidden secrets of your average console.
And don't forget about our wacky shenanigans.
So make sure to catch New Game Plus Season 2.
Tuesdays at noon on KNWT.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the final Nerd Corner segment. As it is the final episode, I am here with a very special guest that we all know and love. Ladies and gentlemen, help me introduce the producer of the show, my producer, Logan Hill.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Honestly, this kind of feels insane. It feels insane to be here, be on my segment, and just kind of see you for the last time in a way. It's weird.
You invented this segment. You came up with this, and now it's finally your turn in the hot seat.
I'm a little nervous, I won't lie. I can't lie, I am a little nervous because we talked a bit before and he was telling me that he had some like pretty easy questions, and I'm like, okay, well hold on, I'm an overthinker.
You think it's too good to be true? You think you might get up in your own head?
Oh yeah, 100%,
Okay,
but
okay.
I have faith in myself.
All right, so, I asked this to most of my guests. How good do you think you're gonna do out of 5?
We're gonna bring it back to when we first started asking guests that. I think I'm gonna do a 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. I like that. Our previous guests have kind of lacked the confidence sometimes.
Yeah,
They're
no,
like, we'll get 3.
Oh no, I'm shooting high.
We're going all
5
out.
out of
All right.
5.
Well, I made sure to do a bit of some variety here because you're a man of lots of culture, all right? Lots of nerd culture.
Oh, I'm like what you would say a jack of all trades.
Ooh, okay. So every question is different. It's themed to different things. We're not doing 2, we're not doing 3. Everything is something related to a different thing. So we got some variety. What do you say we hop into our first question?
I'm down.
All right, question 1. Who is this character from Persona 3?
This is the one game I haven't played.
Let's take a look at the picture.
Oh.
Let's take a look at the names here.
What are the names you have?
So we got Shinjiro, we got Junpei, is that his name? Junpei. We got Ken, and we got Yukari, which are all names of characters from the game. I checked. I definitely know Persona 3.
Hey, you looked it up, and I know like bits and pieces.
I did my
like,
research. So what do you think? What are these answers?
Okay, so off rip, I know it's not D, because that is Yukari Takaba, I think is her last name.
Yeah.
She is one of the first party members you get, along with that character, which I'll get to that in a second. Shinjiro, I think, because again, I haven't played this game. It's on my log to play over the summer. And I know he doesn't come into play till later in the game. This is a kid. This is a kid. I know that for a fact.
I thought that was the name of the dog.
No, the dog's name is Koromaru. I know that one for sure.
I was like, I'll put the dog's name in here. I got the wrong name. Whatever, it's fine.
But all roads lead back to the right answer, which is B, Junpei Iori.
All right, seems pretty confident. We're locking that in. Let's take a look
There we go.
That is correct.
Let's go. Let's go.
See, I was trying to give you an easy. I didn't know you didn't play Persona 3, but I knew you knew of that guy. I
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
no.
That's a fun one.
No, he's like the.
He's a fan
poster.
favorite.
Oh yeah, no, he's like because like in every Persona game, there's like that one male party member that everyone loves and like is like the goofy like sidekick to the main protagonist. In 3, it's Junpei. In 4, it's Yosuke Hanamura, and then in 5, it's like Ryuji Sakamoto. So it's just like all 3 of them are legitimately like kind of stylistically like in terms of like personality traits kind of the same. Junpei is also just a little bit like weird because I think in Persona 3 he also has like a complex, like a inferiority complex. But I mean, who doesn't these days? So.
All right. Well, that's a great start. We're already 1 for 1. What do you say we move into our second question?
Let's roll.
All right. Leaving Persona, this question is about Dark Souls. What is the name of this Dark Souls boss? You get another picture.
You added an extra.
Shoot. All right,
okay,
look.
it's okay.
It's fine.
Oh.
Pretty interesting figure here. This is from the original Dark Souls.
From DS1.
I was looking into it. Pretty important figure, but we can cover that in a sec. Let's take a look at the answers here. We got 4 kings. Iron Golem, Ceaseless Discharge. Awesome name, by the way. And then, we got, is it Gwyn?
It's Gwyn.
We got Gwyn, Lord of Cinder.
Okay.
A lot of names here.
I know it's not this because going based off name, I don't even remember who this is, but going based off the name, there has to be 4 of them. So I mean, there's clearly one guy. That dude did not look like an Iron Golem, but he was like gray and everything.
Yeah.
This one's crazy because like I know what this is because this is a meme in the Dark Souls community because of the name. I won't describe what the name obviously is, but it is. I know for a fact it is Gwyn, Lord of Cinder.
Okay, that's pretty good. I like the name. It's a cool name.
Oh yeah, no, it's a super cool.
It was an attention grabber. I was scanning and I was like, Lord of Cinder. That sounds awesome. So let's take a look if that's correct real quick. That is correct.
Let's go.
That is nice.
Ba-boom.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna choose this because he has a cool picture. And then it said he's like the last boss in the game,
yeah.
and I went, he's probably gonna know this for sure.
Oh yeah, no.
You remember this guy if he's like the hard, like final guy.
He has one of the, in my personal opinion, one of these like most interesting pieces of lore in like the FromSoft series. Because in this game, my knowledge on Dark Souls is a little bit rusty. I have to like replay the game again or watch a Vati video at this point. But he was kind of like a tragic soul who kind of like threw everything away, including his kingdom and people, for the Age of Flame to continue. Because the whole thing about the flame in Dark Souls endings is like, I think is you have to kindle the flame some way or another, whether it be your soul and humanity or something else. And in Dark Souls 3, fun fact, the final boss, Soul of Cinder, his second phase is this character's boss.
Oh.
So it even plays a little motif from
callback.
Yeah, no, it's super cool. It proves to people that like the Soul of Cinder is literally like a connection of like all the people who have initially ignited the flame, and at the end of DS3, you are the one to continue it or do something else.
Whoa.
So it's a pretty cool lore.
Whoa, I gotta play Dark Souls 3.
You gotta be Elden Ring first.
Yeah, I do.
You gotta be Elden Ring first.
I got a long way to go.
It's okay, you're close.
So why don't we hop into our third question? We're 2 for 2. It's good so far. It's a pretty good game.
Looking bright.
Let's take a peek. All right. Who removed Goku's tail
Oh,
in the original Dragon Ball anime? This is a Dragon Ball question. I know you're a fan of Dragon Ball.
100%.
And, you know, as we know, Goku, which this is something I learned a couple weeks ago, Goku used to have a tail. He was like a monkey of some sort. And at some point it was removed. So I was like, who removed his tail? These are the answers.
Let's find out.
Here's what we got. We got Kami. We got Piccolo. We got Grandpa Gohan. And we got Master Roshi. These are our answers.
Ooh, okay. So you low-key had me for a second because Dragon Ball is another one of those things where it's like, I'm the stereotypical Dragon Ball fan. I was like, oh, I've watched Dragon Ball, but I love Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
So that's why when you said Dragon Ball question, I was like, oh, I'm about to ace this. But in this, I'm like, oh shoot. I know it's not Kami because Kami he was more of like the brighter side of Piccolo because these two are technically the same person. And also, yes.
They are?
Yes. Also, I know for a fact it's not Piccolo, because at the end of Dragon Ball, there is the tournament arc where you see Team Goku fight Piccolo, and by then he already has lost his tail. So I know it's not that. And I know it's not Roshi because, oh my gosh, is it though? Because this might be cooked.
You think Grandpa was like, yo, let me cut that tail off?
No, because I'm trying to think. There's a scene in Dragon Ball where he turns Great Ape in front of Master Roshi, in front of Bulma, Yamcha, and something else. Or it was Oolong. I said something else. I don't remember, because by that point, sadly, Grandpa Gohan died. Because Goku killed Grandpa Gohan.
What?
He killed him. That's what. Okay, yes, I know it's not C. That's what it was. He killed Grandpa Gohan in his Great Ape form. Because when you go Great Ape, you technically lose your senses unless you have good control over it. Ooh, this is tough then.
Yeah.
Because my heart wants to say Kami, because Kami's cool. He's a great character and he's a good side character. But I don't.
Is he like a mentor type figure to Goku?
Kind of. Him and his pupil, Mr. Popo, they kind of
Heard of him.
Yeah, everyone's heard of him. They kind of train Goku a little bit. Oh man, I don't want to get this wrong because it's gonna look so bad. But I am going to go with my soul.
Yeah, trust your gut.
I'm gonna go with Kami.
Kami? Let's lock that in.
Please.
Let's take a look.
Yes!
Correct.
Oh my god!
That is correct. I didn't know with your knowledge if that was going to be an easy or a not, but it sounded like
that was
awesome.
That genuinely was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, that was scary because I know it wasn't C because again, rest in peace, he died.
Right.
I know it wasn't B because they interact at the end of Dragon Ball, but D I was like,
yeah.
maybe?
I just looked in mentor figures because there's different ones for different things in his time.
Oh no,
apparently.
that was great.
And,
That genuinely threw me off.
So yeah, there it is. That is 3 for 3. That was a close one. That might be the hardest question of the quiz.
Oh.
It might be smooth sailing from here. So we'll see with question number 4 if you can get it. So let's move on.
Let's see.
Question number 4. What One Piece arc does Zoro say the line, "Nothing happened"?
Oh my god.
It's kind of an important moment in the show that I've looked into.
Extremely important.
Here are our answers. These are the arcs we have. We have the Thriller Bark arc, Whiskey Peak arc, Skypiea arc, and the Fishman Island arc.
Ooh,
which is an awesome arc name.
No, Fishman Island is actually I don't know if I can talk that. Fishman Island is kind of it's good. The Fishman Island arc is good for what it is. I kind of was slightly bored with it just because it's the arc after time skip and it's when all the Straw Hats come back. It's low-key kind of a power scaling arc. And it's just kind of it's cool, but everything that's happened before, it's wow, this is kind of a little bit of a sleeper.
So that one's out.
Yes, that one's way out. Also, fun fact, I know it's not because post time skip Zoro has his which one is it? It's his left eye. I think it's his left eye. There's a line over it because something happened during post time skip. We don't know. It hasn't been revealed yet.
Oh.
But pre time skip, he has both of his. He can see with both of his eyes. I know it's not Whiskey Peak, but that is another great Zoro arc because he takes on 100 guys, I think, or 1,000. I don't know. It's somewhere in an insane range. Bro is crazy. Skypiea has one of my favorite moments of him when he uses, I think it was 108-pound Phoenix, but it's not nothing happened because the only arc that would have that would be Thriller Bark because nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
It seems pretty confident. Let's lock that in. Let's take a look.
Let's go.
That is correct. That is correct.
And I like Thriller Bark. A lot of people don't like Thriller Bark. Thriller Bark feels kind of like a filler. Feels like a little filler kind of thing. But I like it because it introduces us to fans to how big the world of One Piece is. How insanely outnumbered the Straw Hats are. Because you have Skypiea, they fight a literal god. And then they have Enies Lobby, or Water 7 Enies Lobby. And I won't say anything for, some people that haven't gotten there yet, but they fight some people there that's also we're testing our limits here. And then you get to Thriller Bark. By the way, all 3 of those arcs are back to back to back to back.
Oh, wow. So
these
it
guys
really starts picking up steam.
Oh, yeah, no, by the point in this arc, I think because at the very beginning of the show in Arlong Park, actually before that, when the Straw Hats meet Sanji, Zoro takes on the world's strongest swordsman for no reason, to just test his mettle, and he gets a deep gash through here that doesn't heal all the way through until here, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wow.
It's bad. Like, bro is in critical condition.
Dang. Yeah, I was trying to look up something One Piece related. I was like, I like Zoro, and I was curious if there was like if there was a point where he like did his like 3-sword fighting style. So I was like, oh, what arc did Zoro? And then it just said say nothing happened, and I was like, this must be important. So I just looked that up, and that was the whole thing. It's a big moment, I guess.
I can't say because again, nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
But it is to fans who know, they know.
You won't forget. You won't forget it.
It is an integral part of Zoro, Sanji, Brook, and Robin's like character development and how they kind of view Zoro. It's awesome. I love it.
So that's one's for the nerds out there. If you watch One Piece, you'll know what's going on. If not,
you know,
you're out of the loop. I'm also kind of out of the loop, but I know.
I'll tell you later.
So now we're going to go to our final question. We're 4 for 4. This question, a little bit of a curveball. Because it's a surprise question.
I don't know what this is.
All this time, you know some nerd stuff about this and this and this, about anime, about video games, but do you know your own Nerd Central host? This question's about me.
Oh no.
Let's run it up to our final question.
Uh-oh.
What was the name of my pack on Nerd Central? Should be an easy one. Should be easy. We're gonna see if you were paying attention, if you remember. This was last semester.
I might have to try. I might have to like.
Here
struggle.
are our options here. We have How's It Gaming, Corby's Content Corner, Now Screaming, and I'm Not a Loser.
These are all great packs, by the way.
So
thoroughly enjoyed all of them.
So
let's break it down.
What do we think? What do we think?
So this one I know for a fact is not Nerd Central.
Because
this
gaming?
one, yes, because gaming, because Nerd Central. While we do have we have some fun with like nerdy stuff and everything, we do kind of want to stay away from gaming. It's kind of like New Game Plus's thing. This one is a good throw-in because we're all about content.
Yeah, content can be anywhere.
It's a great alliteration, Corby's Content Corner.
Yeah, the
It's
triple C's.
Yeah, the triple C's. And I watched this pack. That's my first ever like experience with knowing who you were.
Oh wow.
And it was honestly quite an experience.
That's a deep cut right there.
It was
it's
quite
a
an
deep cut.
experience.
Back in Gen 2.
Back in Gen 2. I'm Not a Loser. I know who that's from. I know who that's from.
Yeah. We'll just have him on the show in time or
two. Pop up a picture right here real quick.
So
I will have to go with Process of Elimination. Personally, my favorite pack of yours.
Oh.
Now Screaming.
Now Screaming. All right. That is that's our final answer for the final game of Nerd Corner. Let's take a look and see if that is correct. Come on. Of course it's correct. Of course. Let's go.
I knew it, bro.
5 for 5. We had one question that almost got you
Almost
there,
got it. I actually almost got it.
pretty much just ran the game. So overall, how did you feel about the quiz? Did you have fun?
Yes, I had a lot of fun. I'm honestly kind of sad that this is like my last time doing this, and I think this was a great thing you did. I'm very proud of you, and I cannot wait to see what kind of stuff you make in the future. So this was super sick, and I feel pretty honored. I'm humble.
All right.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you. You know, you are my producer. You know, you asked me to come on and host the show, and I've had a lot of fun being on the show. It's been a fun.
I hope so. I hope
done
so.
it for how long is this? Did I do it just for a semester or did it for 2?
You did it for 2. You
I
did
did
it for a
for
whole
2.
year.
That's what I thought. So I remember. So it's been a fun year being a part of Nerd Central, and I don't know if we will see Nerd Central continue in the future. Hopefully I won't be the last host. Maybe I will be for temporary. I'm sure it will come back. This can't be the end of Nerd Central. But this is the end for this season. So yeah, I'm glad to thank you for being on your own segment, my segment of Nerd Corner.
This is your segment. This is your segment. You come in and eat every day, and you kill it.
I'm eating it up.
Eat it up.
There we go. That was fun, and I think we are all out of time for the Nerd Corner segment. So you want to send it off with me?
I'm actually so excited for this. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Stay nerdy.
Hello, my name is Alex and welcome back to Cuts and Colors, the show where we will look at different effects seen throughout film and discuss the importance that they hold, as well with how the effects are used within the film. From simulated gore to movie monsters, we will discuss it all. And in this week's episode, we will discuss the body horror doll-loving series, Saw. The film series Saw follows a group of people who are all placed within traps either by John Kramer or one of his apprentices, all called Jigsaw, where due to the quote-unquote crimes they have committed, ranging from criminal acts to being depressed or even just working as an insurance adjuster, they are all placed in different traps that reflect the different crimes that they have committed. With each having a particular form of torture associated with it, we see that the themes of the films heavily connect the different groups of people into the different traps that they are placed in. These films serve as a very interesting side of body horror, where it plays with what you're willing to do to survive. From cutting out your own eyes to jumping into a needle pit, it tests your endurance and what you will do to survive. Where we see that a large part of the body horror scene in the early 2000s, with the main focus being how you could survive what other people are inflicting onto you. This form of body horror allows a real visceral feeling that can lack with other films, and what we will discuss today come from the traps. Traps are an element of the film that we really do not see within other films of the time. Saw heavily used the use of traps to inflict pain onto characters, where due to John Kramer's experience as a mechanical engineer, we really are able to see that the use of traps have a real mechanical intricate design to them, with the traps themselves oftentimes reflecting the characters themselves in both the games and designs. And an element that really sells the realism of the traps is due to most of them actually being able to function. Yes, you heard it right. Most of the traps designed and used in the movies would function how they would in the movies. And a key example of this is the reverse bear trap, seen in Saw 1.
Hello, Amanda. You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game.
Originally used on the character Amanda in both the short film and the first Saw movie that came from the short film. The reverse bear trap, as stated by Jigsaw, would rip your jaw permanently open. Also fondly known as the jaw splitter, the trap worn and shown in the film that Amanda sees are the exact same. The trap that is worn by a live human doesn't have the CO2 canisters to power it. In fact, the traps that are rejected oftentimes are rejected due to the fact that they would not function in reality. This little detail and this attention to detail allows for the series to have the success that it's had for years, and that's why it made the cut. I want to thank you for watching and listening to this segment today. And for the final time, stay safe, stay scary, and stay cutthroat.
With the final Nerd Corner segment and an amazing pack from Alex, this episode of Nerd Central sadly comes to a close. It's been quite a ride through this season, and I'm so grateful to have been your lovable host. We covered tons of amazing news, showcased tons of fantastic packs, and had so many fun moments with our Nerd Corner and Nerd Notes. So, for the final time, I've been your host, Corby Raridan, and this has been Nerd Central. Stay nerdy!